If you own a diesel vehicle, there's a good chance you're making mistakes with your tire pressure. And I'm not talking about running them too low. I'm talking about misunderstanding what those numbers actually mean and when you need to adjust them. Let me be straight with you. There's a lot of bad information floating around about tire pressure, and some of it sounds really convincing. But if you follow the wrong advice, you could end up with uneven tire wear, worse handling, and even safety issues. So, let's cut through the noise and talk about what actually matters for diesel owners. First thing, that sticker on your door jamb with the tire pressure recommendation, that number isn't random. It's the result of extensive testing by the engineers who designed your specific vehicle. They tested your exact model with its weight distribution, suspension setup, and handling characteristics. They ran it through thousands of miles of testing to find the pressure that gives you the best balance of tire life, fuel economy, handling, and safety for normal driving conditions. For most diesel passenger vehicles, SUVs, and light trucks, that number usually falls between 30 and 38 PSI. And for everyday driving with typical loads, that's exactly where you should be. Now here's where diesel owners need to pay extra attention. Your vehicle is heavier than the gas equivalent. That diesel engine weighs significantly more. If you've got a turbo diesel SUV, you might be carrying an extra 400 to 600 pounds up front compared to the gas version. This extra weight matters, but the engineers already accounted for it when they set that door sticker pressure. They knew your diesel would be heavier, and they factored that into their recommendation. But here's what changes the equation. Load. And this is where a lot of diesel owners get confused. When you're hauling cargo, towing a trailer, or loading up passengers, you need to increase your tire pressure above what the door sticker says. More weight means more pressure needed to support that weight safely. Many vehicles have two sets of numbers on the door sticker, one for normal load, one for maximum load. If yours does, pay attention to both. When you're towing or hauling heavy, bump up to that higher number or even slightly above it. If your sticker only shows one number, a general rule is to add 3 to 5 PSI when you're carrying heavy loads or towing. Some manufacturers recommend more, so check your owner's manual for specific guidance. This is the opposite of what some people claim. They'll tell you the door sticker is for maximum load and you should run higher pressure for everyday driving. That's backwards. The door sticker is your baseline. You go up from there when you add weight. Let's talk about tire wear patterns because this is where things get misunderstood. If your tires are wearing faster on the outer edges than the center, that can indicate underinflation. But it can also mean you have alignment issues, suspension problems, or you're cornering aggressively. One wear pattern doesn't tell you the whole story. If your tires are wearing faster in the center than the edges, that's typically a sign of overinflation. You're running too much pressure for the load you're carrying. Even wear across the entire tread is what you want. That means your pressure's dialed in correctly for how you're using the vehicle. But here's the thing. Tire wear isn't just about pressure. Alignment is huge. If your alignment is off by even a little bit, you'll get uneven wear no matter what your pressure is. You should be rotating your tires every 5,000 to 7,000 miles to promote even wear. So if you're seeing uneven wear, don't just assume it's a pressure issue. Get your alignment checked. Make sure you're rotating on schedule. And honestly evaluate how you drive. Now, let's address fuel economy because this comes up a lot. Yes, tire pressure affects fuel economy. Underinflated tires increase rolling resistance, which means your engine works harder and uses more fuel. But the improvements from proper inflation are modest. Going from significantly underinflated tires up to the proper pressure might improve your fuel economy by 2 to 3%. That's real, but it's not huge. Running higher than recommended pressure might squeeze out another 0.5% or so, but you're also trading off traction, ride quality, and potentially causing center tread wear. The bigger fuel economy wins for diesel owners come from other factors. Maintaining your engine properly, driving smoothly, reducing unnecessary weight. Those things matter way more than tweaking tire pressure above the recommendation. Here's what really matters for diesel owners: consistency and awareness. Check your tire pressure at least once a month. Do it when the tires are cold, first thing in the morning before you've driven anywhere. As tires heat up from driving, pressure increases, so a hot reading will be artificially high. Use a quality digital gauge. Those cheap pencil-style gauges at gas stations are notoriously inaccurate. Spend $15 or $20 on a decent digital gauge and keep it in your vehicle. Adjust for the seasons. Temperature changes affect tire pressure. For every 10 degrees Fahrenheit drop in temperature, you lose about 1 PSI. When fall turns to winter, check your pressures more frequently. And don't rely on your TPMS light as a maintenance tool. The tire pressure monitoring system is an emergency warning. It only triggers when pressure drops about 25% below the recommended level. If your recommended pressure is 35 PSI, that light won't come on until you're down around 26 or 27 PSI. By the time that light illuminates, you've been running on low for a while. The TPMS is there to catch catastrophic pressure loss, not to tell you when it's time for routine maintenance. Let's talk about what actually causes premature tire wear in diesel vehicles. Number 1 is improper loading without pressure adjustment. If you regularly tow or haul heavy loads but never increase your tire pressure, you're asking those tires to do more work than they're set up for. The sidewalls flex excessively, heat builds up, and wear accelerates. Number 2 is alignment. Diesel trucks and SUVs often see rough use. Hit a pothole hard, nudge a curb, go off-road. Any of that can knock your alignment out. Get it checked annually or if you notice pulling or uneven wear. Number 3 is neglect. Not checking pressure regularly means you might be running low for months without knowing it. Tires naturally lose about 1 PSI per month. If you set them and forget them, 6 months later you could be 5 or 6 PSI low. Here's something specific to diesel trucks. If you've modified your truck, lifted it, changed wheel sizes, added significant weight with accessories, the original door sticker recommendation might not apply anymore. In those cases, consult with a tire specialist who can calculate the right pressure for your modified setup. Same thing if you've upgraded to different load range tires. The sidewall will show you the maximum pressure and load capacity, but figuring out the optimal pressure for your specific use case might require some professional input. What about the maximum pressure number on the tire sidewall? That's exactly what it says, the maximum. It's not a target or a recommendation, it's the absolute upper limit that tire can safely handle. Exceeding it risks blowouts, especially as tires heat up during driving. You should never need to run at or near max pressure unless you're carrying extremely heavy loads, and even then, you need to make sure you're within the tire's load capacity. Let me give you a practical example. Say you've got a diesel SUV. Door sticker says 35 PSI. For your daily commute, groceries, occasional road trip, you run 35 PSI. When you load up for a family vacation, 5 people, luggage, gear, you bump it up to 38 or 40 PSI. When you get back and unload, you drop it back to 35. That's proper tire pressure management. Or you've got a diesel pickup. Door sticker says 35 front, 35 rear for normal use. Maximum load recommendation is 35 front, 45 rear. When you're hauling a load of gravel or towing your camper, you increase the rears to 45 or even 48 depending on the weight. When you unhook or unload, you drop them back to 35. That's how you actually extend tire life and maintain safe handling. The bottom line is this. Follow your manufacturer's recommendations for normal driving. Adjust upward when you're loaded or towing. Check monthly. Keep an eye on wear patterns and address alignment issues promptly. Those basic practices will do more for your tire life, fuel economy, and safety than any trick or hack you'll find online.